What up, YouTube? I got another video right here that I'm about to cook up right quick, and it has to do with the Dallas Mavericks. And honestly, the title of this video is indicative of what they've done, and it is called the How to Blow Up Your Team Challenge, and it is called the How to Rob Your Fans of Joy Challenge. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this team, La Brujeria got to them, but like, I'm be honest with you guys, Nico Harrison brought this upon himself, and I don't want to say this is karmic because I feel bad for Kyrie. And it's like its own separate instance, but man, oh man, things have not been going great post Luka injury, and everything that could go wrong has gone wrong for the Dallas Mavericks. So let's start with the positives. Okay, so like last year, June 2024, they make it to the finals. They get smacked around by Boston. Luka isn't 100% and they don't have the roster to compete with Boston. Okay, that's good and dandy. They lose in 5. In the offseason, they make the proper and requisite moves to try and compete with Boston, and they get some wings. They get Klay Thompson. They traded for Quentin Grimes and got rid of Tim Hardaway Jr., who, to be fair, is playing halfway decent ball in Detroit, so shout out to him. But Quentin hooped prior to being traded, by the way. I'll get to that when I get to that. And they get Quentin Grimes, Klay Thompson. They lose DJJ, but they bring in Najee Marshall, who is not hitting. I don't know if he's still not hitting his threes, but his float game crazy. And whatchamacallit, I'm blanking on a couple other players, bro. Najee Marshall, Klay Thompson, Quentin Grimes. They brought back Spencer Dinwiddie. Why do I feel like they're missing one more wing? It eludes me. But I think those were the 4 names they brought, and then they had the depth of Gafford, Lively, PJ, obviously Kai and Luca, and it looked like they could like potentially, I would say, compete, at least be a threat and come out of the West again. And then what happens? Luca's hurt. Prior to like during training camp, so that's like the worst start ever. And then when he ends up playing, they end up letting him play at the beginning of the season, and he is not the same. He doesn't look right, but they're winning games without him, I want to say, or they played through it and they're still winning games. Some of the role players get hurt, like Najee, like I want to say Spencer or Quentin, but I could be wrong. And then Luca goes down, and they started winning games without Luca. And then he comes back. They started winning more games, and they peak at the 3rd seed. And I think they're like 18 and 11, 19 and 11. And then Luca at the beginning of December is finally playing his best ball. And then he gets hurt, and he's in and out of the lineup. And then he officially gets hurt on December 25th on Christmas Day against the Timberwolves. And then he's like out for a while with that I think it was like a hamstring. No, it was a calf strain. And then he's out. And then I want to say the trade deadline happens, or no, they start plummeting in the rankings out west. They start falling from like the 3 seed, and they go all the way to like the play-in. And then the trade deadline comes around, and I want to say Kai's missed a couple games too, but Kai comes back. And then Daniel Gafford? No. Like Derek Lively starts missing time and is in and out of the lineup. And then I think the news of Lively comes out first. I could be wrong. No. The Luca trade happens first, I believe is what happens. The Luca trade happens first. They trade away Luca. Nico starts doing this narrative saying that he's fat, whatnot. They don't believe in him, etc., etc. They were worried he was about to leave. And then they traded him for AD, and then, which is funny because they're worried about Luka's injury history and then his like weight problems, and then they trade for a guy who's 1 older, 2 has similar if not more injury problems in AD, and then lo and behold, AD, who ironically enough, coming back from an injury, decides to come back, change the narrative of the trade, and he looked amazing in that Houston Rockets game. And then he gets hurt because he came back too early. It's like you can't make this stuff up, bro. It's like hilarious how ironic what the purpose of the Luka trade was for, or the reasoning for it for Nico Harrison, and then it ends up blowing up in his face, and his concerns for Luca are his concerns now for Anthony Davis, which is hilarious. Unfortunately, AD gets hurt, is out for a month because of this abdominal strain and could potentially miss the season. And then the news of Derek Lively either came out right before the trade or a little bit after, and he has like a fractured foot, and he hadn't been playing for like a week and a half to 2 weeks already. So he's not out. He's out until early April, and then after that, I want to say PJ Washington got hurt with a sprained ankle a couple games after that. And then Daniel Gafford, a couple games after that as well, also got hurt and ended up he ended up missing a couple weeks with either like a hamstring strain or like an ankle sprain. And now the Mavs have been playing without a big for like the past, I would say, couple weeks since right before the All-Star break, and now these past couple games as well. And then last night, unfortunately, Kyrie gets injured and he tore his ACL, guys. I don't know what else to say. Kai got hurt last night, and it really is a shame. I would not wish this upon my worst enemy, bro. It's like you go from the finals if you're a Mavericks fan, and now the whole team gets flipped, changed. They traded away Quentin Grimes in the way because they didn't want to pay him. And then bring back Caleb Martin, who, ironically enough, is older and hurt. And now we don't know what this team is, bro. And they lost a year. They lost, and they needed this year because they shortened the timeline with this trade. AD and Kyrie are in their 30s, dog. Like, what are they, bro? Like, stuff like this is irritating, and I'm not even a Mavericks fan, bro. Like, what the hell are y'all doing, man? It's like, bro, they really shortened the timeline, and like all the pundits and everybody have been saying it's like a 2 to 3 year window because you don't know how Kyrie and AD are gonna age, and now AD got hurt, and then Kyrie is out for the season, and you don't even know how late he'll be back to next year because a torn ACL is like another 8 to 12 month recovery period. It is like a complete shitstorm, bro. Like I don't know what other word to phrase it, or it's a complete cluster, bro. Like I'm like legitimately speechless, bro. It goes from title contenders to making the finals to now fast forward not even a full year. If like my math serves me correct, I think it's been like 9 months, if that, like 9.5 months since the finals. And now it's like, damn, bro. Like this whole team has changed and damn near injured. At this point, would you do a pull of 2023 and tank for a pick? Hope you get a lottery one? Like, what do you do? Also, mind you, I saw a report where in 2027, 28, 28, and 2029, Dallas does not own any of their picks. So they're cooked, bro. Like I'm speechless, man. Comment down below your thoughts on this. How do you feel for Dallas fans? How do you feel about this whole situation? Like, what is this Dallas Mavericks season? What is the future of the Dallas Mavericks season? Do they even have one? Let me know that down. So let me know that Jesus. Let me know all this down below. Like and follow is appreciated. Be on the lookout for more content. And as always, guys, have a good one. Peace.